massive throw. Oh, it's a long throw.
Fatima Whitbread is a sporting superstar. In 1986, she broke the world record for javelin.
A new world record by a massive margin.
Became world champion the following year and also bagged not one but 2 Olympic medals.
And the flags of a large British contingent celebrate. And Fatima sets the third best throw of all time.
But these achievements came after a difficult start in life. Fatima spent 14 years in children's homes before being adopted. She now works to support children in similar circumstances. What's you in training for?
Well, I'm training for the Three Peaks coming up and also for Everest Base Camp, which is in the not too distant future. And as Ambassador for Action for Children, it's all for raising the awareness of children in the care system.
Action for Children is another children's charity with Christian roots, established by Methodist minister Thomas Bowman Stevenson in 1869. What was your experience from being in a children's home?
I spent 14 years in childcare, so I was abandoned as a baby, and some would say left to die. A neighbour heard a baby crying in a flat in London, so she called the police, and they came and banged the door down and rescued me, and I spent the next 6 months in hospital recovering from malnutrition and nappy rash. And from that point on, I was made a ward of court by Hackley Borough Council. And then I spent the next 14 years of my life in children's homes. Values, beliefs, and my faith has always been so important to me. I just felt that I had to give my faith and put it in his hands because I wasn't sure what was going to happen to me, and I just prayed to God that everything would, work out for the better.
During those early years in the home, there was one member of staff who had a profound impact on Fatima, known affectionately as Auntie Ray.
She was a bright shining star in my life. And I can remember when I picked some daffodils around the home, and I watched where she lived, and I took the flowers down and I knocked on the door, and when she opened the door I presented the flowers and I asked her, would she be my mummy? And of course she said, Fat, she said, I can't just be your mummy. She said, I have to be the other children's mummy too. She said, but here's the thing, I can't always be there, but you are. She said, so why don't you be there, mummy, when I'm not there? And, for me that was swiveling the lens away from myself and looking outwardly. And it taught me not to grow up as a victim.
It's a sad fact that a child's chances of being adopted decrease as they get older. But that wasn't the case for Fatima. She was adopted into the family of her coach, Margaret Whitbread, at the age of 14.
I was very fortunate through sport, because sport was my saviour, that I met Margaret Whitbread and, the Whitbread family, and I was able to have the love and security of the family from the age of 14. It was wonderful. And I'll always be forever grateful that they gave me that opportunity of a family life, to know what family life's about.
That looks a bit better.
Together, mum and daughter, athlete and coach, we conquered the world in javelin throwing, world record, European champion, world champion, BBC Sports Personality Year Award in 1987. For me, I always believed God had a purpose, and for me to be able to share my story and help others is the most powerful, empowering thing to do. And I would not feel happy if I lived my life in the care system for 14 years and then turn my back on those young people that need our support.
And am I right in thinking that you and your mum used to watch Songs of Praise together?
I did. We watched Songs of Praise together, and my grandmother Maud. And I've got to tell you, my favourite hymn of all has always been, and this was very close to my heart too, is Jerusalem. And why that is because it's the unofficial anthem for England, and having competed in the Commonwealth Games, that always brings back very fond memories.